Welcome to James Cotter Field on the campus of Boston College High School here in Boston, Massachusetts on the city's 386th birthday. Some soccer underway for you. Little East Conference opener for both of these squads. The home team, the UMass Boston Beacons, and on the road, the Plymouth State Panthers. Thanks for joining us on Little East.tv. I am Alex Barth bringing you this one. The Panthers come into this one. Impressive start, 3-0-2. That doesn't tell the whole story. In 5 games, they have yet to allow a goal. Meanwhile, the Beacons come in at 1-5, trying to get things turned around here after an impressive in-conference season last season, which saw them reach the conference semifinals. Maybe a familiar foe gets things going. The Beacons in the white and blue uniforms, they will move left to right across your screen. The Plymouth State Panthers wearing all green with white numbers, moving right to left, and we are underway here from Boston. That ball is dropped back, and the Beacons will get the first possession as they try to set something up. Moved up the field to Kerry Alexander. Alexander forwards it. Poked forward, player out in front, and it's knocked back. Panthers defense closes. UMass Boston maintains possession. Fight for the ball, little scrum, comes up Beacons. Beautiful day for a game. Temperature in the mid-70s. Slight breeze, shot from way out will go wide of the net. The Beacons averaging just 5 shots a game coming in. Get about half of those on net, so good to see a shot early as they jump out to see if they can jump out to a quick start. Their last game, that was earlier this week against Norwich. It was at Babson, a 2-0 loss. Outshot 18-1. So quickly getting that one on the board big for the Beacons. Knocked backwards off the knee of Cassie Levesque, popped up in the air. And now it's Plymouth State in control. No, taken away. Here come the Beacons trying to feed it up the middle, knocked away. Stolen by Kat Holmes of Plymouth, now given back. That one's going to sail high, and it will get out of bounds. Possession goes to the Panthers. Throw in coming on the far side. This will be Sophie Brissaire. Gets it in, but it's stolen. Taken off the face as that one rolls away. Out to the far side, throw in again. This time it's UMass Boston. Headed over the top, nobody there. And scooped up by Annalise Schmidt. The goaltending matchup for the Beacons. It's Alyssa Fugil, a sophomore from East Hampton, Mass. Has made every start for the Beacons. A 1-5 record with the 2.50 goals against average. Stops about a little over 80% of the shots she faces, as this would be offside, so Plymouth will get there. On the other side for the Panthers, it's Annalise Schmidt, a senior from Newmarket, New Hampshire, one of 3 Newmarket High School products on this squad. Has started all 5 games, a 3-0-2 record as yet to allow a goal, 22 saves made, and all 22 shots she has faced. Free kick coming for the Panthers. Low line drive. Kicked back, now with an angle on the backside. Rolls out of bounds. It will be, I believe that will be a corner kick. Looks like that's what they're setting up for, a corner kick for Plymouth.
Plymouth State corner kick taken by number 4, Hannah Callis.
It will be Hannah Callis. You're the PA announcer there. Amy Luther was the one who had the edge there, playing the ball and forcing the corner. Callis with the right foot. It's a good one in the middle. Poked up in the air. Rolling near side. On the back line, out off of the Panthers. And the Beacons able to deflect that corner. It'll be it was out off the Beacons. Correction. Callis will take it again. It looked at first as if all the players are heading back downfield. It looked from where we are up here in the press box that it may have been out off the Panthers, but another kick, this time coming from the near side corner. Fugel ready in net. Here's the boot. Fugel knocks it away with the hand. It's loose in the middle. Popped up, and the goaltender has it. 2 corners for Plymouth, but nothing comes of it. We're 5 minutes into this one. Still no score. Rolled out to the far side and poked forward. Knocked up across midfield. Out in front if she's onside. She is not. So the Panthers will just let this roll out over the back line. Free kick for Plymouth State. With the right foot, comes down right at midfield. Looking up ahead, she was on sides. It's Callis, but out of the net. Aggressive goalkeeping by Fugil to take that opportunity away. Hannah Callis got behind the defense, but crafty goaltending takes away the opportunity. Picked up by the Beacons, running the far side. In the middle. Nobody home to receive the pass. Schmidt has it. There's the big right-footed boot. It's a good one. All the way across midfield. This one will roll out on the near side throw-in coming for the Panthers. It's Callis. Gets it into Holmes. Knocked away. Beacon's defense is forced a turnover. Forward, but again, it's Schmidt getting there first. Comes down near the Beacons bench, bounces over. Throw in coming. This is Melanie Fitzgerald. Plymouth trying to come the other way. Boston with the stop. Another forwarding pass. This one's going to be close, but it's ruled just offsides.
Offsides, UMass Boston.
I didn't see the number, but UMass Beacons player with her hands up. I believe it was, being told it was number 6. 7, sorry. Jaclyn O'Grady had her hands up. She couldn't believe it. It was awfully close. Another line drive kick, knocked back. A lot of play around midfield in this one. Neither team has established much of a strong possession. You did have a couple corner kicks by Plymouth around the 5-minute mark, but that's been it in terms of offensive chances. See if the Beacons can set something up here. Fighting through traffic. There's a little give and go. Save made. And offsides is called before the save was made.
Offsides, UMass Boston.
Schmidt gets it up to one of her backs. Lobbed back, bounces at the football 25-yard line. Beacons have been strong here, not letting Plymouth to clear the ball out. Any big upfield pass made by the Panthers has been, for the most part, intercepted by the Beacons. Left-footed pass. Rolling forward. Everybody's on sides. It's knocked away. Now tied up. Loose in the box and a foul called against UMass Boston. Amy Zombeck is in her 12th season at the head of the Beacons. 112 wins to her name. Ryan Joy in his 3rd season, the head coach of Plymouth State. This one rolls out of bounds on the near side. Callis to Holmes. Lobbed in the middle. They were trying to get like Caitlin Catania going to the net. That kick just sails out of bounds. Plymouth will get it back. Knocked up. Coming down back towards the Boston net, but the Beacons are there. Shuffled around. It's a fight for the ball, and it's going to be Plymouth. Fugel gets that one up to midfield. Takes a weird hop. Panther bounce. Now both teams trying to get control. Throw in coming for the Beacons. Quickly they get it back in. And it rolls right back out. Turning, using her back to get position is Emily Crawford, but she loses it. If they can get there, it's a 2-on-2. Nice slide tackle made. Sophie Brissaire broke it up. Out off of her. Beacons get another throw in, this time down in their offensive half of the field. A little too much on that one. Brissaire knocks it away right to a member of the Beacons. Passed in the middle. Knocked back out towards the outside. That one will stay in play for now. Fight for it on the far sideline. It's the Beacons. There's a shot. Just over the top crossbar. That was Tully. Oh, sorry. That was number 7. That was O'Grady. I'm getting my 6 and 7s mixed up. This one's taken by the Beacons. Another chance coming here. There's a shot right to her, knocked away. Defense has to clean it up. Almost. Schmidt made a point-blank save, and it comes out of bounds, and that time I did get it. It was O'Grady on the breakaway. Sophomore from Somers, Connecticut. Making her 5th appearance, 4th start. Adds to her total of 5 shots on the year coming into today. Now it's Plymouth trying to get their goaltender a break. A foul is called on UMass Boston, so you had the 2 corners early for the Panthers. Those both came in the first 5 minutes. Their best scoring opportunity, could not convert. And you get the O'Grady chance there. And any rebound attempt could not be put in. So a couple premier scoring chances for each team, but we are still knotted. 0-0. Nobody's found the back of the net yet. Almost 15 minutes in. Passed out to the far side. Beacons will knock this out of bounds, give themselves a chance to set up defensively. Never gave you the starting lineup for the Beacons. Make sure we get that in. The forwards are Braga and O'Grady, joined by Kerry Alexander. Tully, Levesque, Coyne, and Levitt as a corner coming up are in the middle. The back line, Levesque, Robinson, and Fitzgerald, and Fugel, of course, the goaltender. Your starting 11 for the Beacons. Plymouth still trying to back their way in. A lot of good physical play in this one from both sides. Line drive trying to get it upfield. They were looking for Callis. It's stolen away. Now trying to get it back. Holmes got the rebound. She puts it out of bounds. Beacons will get it. 30-25 to go in half number one. That one headed out by Plymouth, so a chance for the Beacons to advance. Another highly contested air ball. Knocked back towards the middle of the field. Beacons trying to get it. It's Levesque, Alexandria Levesque, the older of the two sisters from Methuen, Massachusetts. Her and her sister Cassie both starting on the back line. Free kick for Plymouth. There is a bit of a breeze today. It is blowing at the Panthers' back right now, so from right to left. They've done a good job, both teams, of keeping the ball low, not letting it affect anything. Shot hits off the side of the net. This will be Carly Robinson, sophomore from Pittsfield. Comes at it with the right foot. Right to Kat Holmes of Plymouth. Sidewinding kick rolling toward the corner. Kept in bounds, but ends up with the Beacons for a bit. They get themselves some space. This one entered into the box. Beacons knock it out. A slow roller. Easy for Fugel. Four shots for the Panthers, 3 for the Beacons. As it's been a lot of this so far, just play kind of in the middle of the field, both teams going back and forth. Looking for separation. They couldn't get her. It was Callis. Hannah Callis has 3 goals and 4 assists so far this season in 5 games. And they've been trying to set her up offensively. Meanwhile, for the Beacons, it's been Jaclyn O'Grady who's gotten the prime scoring chances. Headed forward by Holmes. Ends up with the Beacons. Right up the seam. Trying to get some space, 2-on-1. Plymouth gets out of it. Callis leaves it, trying to get it back to her. Knocked away. Good defense there. Strong push. That was Melanie Fitzgerald. Freshman from Lowell. Tied up here. Levitt drops it back, now forwards. Trying to keep it away from the Plymouth attacker on the far side. They get tied up. It's right on that line. It rolls out of bounds. Throw in coming for Plymouth. That goes right to Fugel. Fitzgerald heads it back. Over midfield now. Looking up front, 2-on-1, but it's broken up. Leah Swanson gets her foot on it. Big collision near midfield. That ball rolls out. It will go out off of UMass Boston. 25:48 to go in half number one. Still no score. The shots 4-3 in favor of the Panthers. 3 saves made by Fugel, 1 by Schmidt. Came on a point-blank opportunity for Jaclyn O'Grady. UMass Boston trying to be the first team to break the seal. Plymouth in 5 games has yet to allow a goal. 3 wins and a couple of 0-0 ties. Beacons have played in some higher scoring games, including a 3-2 win against Emerson on Tuesday, their first win of the year. And a penalty kick coming. It looked to me like that was outside of the box, but it's going to be a penalty kick. So here we go, an opportunity perhaps for the Beacons.
UMass Boston penalty kick. Taken by number 7, Jaclyn O'Grady. Stop the clock. Oh. Yep, no, that's not your fault. The clock doesn't run on a penalty kick, though.
It will be O'Grady. Looking for her first points of the year. Gets it to go. Bottom right corner, and the Beacons have a 1-0 lead. That's O'Grady's first. It comes on the penalty kick. And UMass Boston strikes first, a very important first goal. As Plymouth State has not had to play from behind yet this year. The foul looked to be outside of the box. Looked down at my notes for a second, expecting a free kick, and all of a sudden they're telling me penalty kick's coming. But the Beacons will take it in a 1-0 lead. After getting shut out by Babson on Wednesday, their first goal since that win against Emerson.
And they'll start the clock as soon as the first touch is taken, but not yet. I'll show you 1 second.
Waiting to get started here again. And it looks like Ryan Joy of Plymouth State still pleading his case to one of the officials as to why that was a penalty kick. That meeting ends, and the Panthers put it deep into the Beacons' defensive zone. That one's knocked out of bounds. Will be a throw-in on the near side. Put right in the middle. Getting to the edge, there's a shot, misses wide. Amy Luther didn't hook it enough.
So what the referee was saying is that the Plymouth State girl initiated contact and didn't go for the ball. So I thought Jackie initiated the contact. I was expecting it to go the other way. Referee ruled that because Jackie hit ball.
There's a free kick. Headed backwards. Thrown in on the far side. Along the back line and out. Goal kick coming up. So it's a 1-0 lead with 23:15 to go in half number one. UMass Boston strikes on the penalty kick. Fight over it on the far side, trying to keep it in bounds. She cannot. Boston ball. And trying to bring the ball up the field was Cassie Murphy, but it went out of bounds off her. She was trying to dribble it up. Plymouth looking for the answer. Rolled slowly on net. Fugel the easy save. Levesque creates some space with the spin move coming up the middle of the field. Puts it over the top. Rolling to the far side. And unable to keep it in bounds are the Beacons over there on the far side. Put into play by Plymouth. Taken back by the Beacons. Across the field. Green and white have it again. That one out of bounds. Goes out off Brooke Reed. Shot from way outside of the box. Popped it up. Taken away. Creating space. And a line drive just over the head of Catania. Boston continues to try to clear it. It's going to be 3-on-1 here as the Beacons playing keep away. Smartly just puts that one out of play. Throw in coming. Plymouth making a substitution. Here's the throw in. Taken by the Beacons. It's Alexander getting possession. Defense closing, has to get rid of it. Stolen. Taken back. Levesque now lose it out of bounds. That will go off of Plymouth. And now subs coming for the Beacons.
UMass Boston substitution number 3, Maggie Flowers. Checking in for number 7, Jaclyn O'Grady.
So O'Grady, the goal scorer, will get a breather. Out of bounds again. Braga across the field. It's picked off. All the way down and out of bounds. Under 20 to go now in the first half. The Beacons holding a 1-0 advantage off a Jaclyn O'Grady penalty kick. Throw in a little too close to the sideline. Played up the field. 2-on-2 if they can catch up for the Beacons. Defense now closing in. Hesitates to the middle. Nobody's there. It's poked away. Great opportunity for the Beacons, but nobody was home on the other side. Now flipped back. Here's Callis. Hesitates with the left foot. Taken away. They call a foul on the Beacons. No, it's on Callis. It's Maggie Flowers there. Sorry, that's 13-3. It's Carly Robinson defensively. Did an excellent job of taking the angle away. Callis again, she trips on the ball, loses her footing. they try to get it back to her. Right down the middle, nobody home. Fugel lines it up. 16:45 to go in the first half. Short pop-up. Flowers. Now Callis gets it up. UMass Boston on the other side. Here we go. One-on-one with the goaltender. There's the shot. Couldn't get it off. Off the right part of her foot. Just rolled over on top of it. And it's right into the arms of Schmidt. That's the second time the Beacons have gotten one-on-one with Annalise Schmidt. Flowers has a roll over the back of her head and out of bounds.
Plymouth State substitution number 8, Jenna O'Malley into the game.
O'Malley with the throw-in. Back for Holmes, back to O'Malley. Popped up near side, well out of play. O'Malley looking for the ball. She will throw it back in. Whistles blow. I think they're going to say she was over the line when she threw it in. Beacons now with a chance.
UMass Boston substitution number 25, Michaela Ilabodi, checking in for number 18, Kelly Coyne.
Fitzgerald gets it in. A foul called on Plymouth. Free kick coming here. Maybe another good opportunity for the Beacons. With 14:50 to go in the half, maybe a chance to extend this to a multi-goal game. Robinson lines it up. To the middle, headed forward, and out the back line. It's Plymouth off of the goal kick. Out of the reach of Callis and out of bounds. Throw in coming here for the Beacons. First, I think there's a substitution. Nope. Will be a substitution on the next stoppage for the Beacons. Maddie Byram waiting to come in. You know, a opportunity knocked away. Caitlin Catania was sprinting in on net, but the Beacons broke it up. Fight for the ball on the far side and out of bounds. Jaclyn O'Grady's goal still the difference. Penalty kick coming. Midway through the first half. Now it's Plymouth in front. There's the shot and the equalizer. And we are tied at 1. That was Catania, Caitlin Catania, freshman from Billerica, Massachusetts. Her first goal of the season, her first point as a collegiate soccer player. And we reset with 12:41 to go in the half.
Boston substitution number 15, Maddie Byram, into the game for number 6, Melissa Tully.
All knotted at 1. Now it's the Beacons' turn to respond. Knocked out of bounds by Plymouth. Flowers puts it on net. She might have been looking for number 17. Sorry, number 18, Kelly Coyne. But was not there. Now Plymouth coming the other way. It's Catania again. She has it in the corner, but loses it out over the back line. Cleared out by Boston, but a foul. 11.5 minutes to go in the first half. Tied up at 1. Stay tuned at halftime. We'll get you caught up around Beaconville. Volleyball, men's soccer, and women's tennis all in action today. We'll let you know the results of those. We'll take a look back at the week that was. And, of course, get you ready for the second half of this one. So keep it here at halftime. Free kick coming for the Panthers. Over the top bar. Couldn't get it on net. Robinson will let it go from the back line for the Beacons. 10:27 to go.
Danielle Rossetti checking in for number 28, Amy Luther.
Flowers and Callis. Flowers wins possession. Puts it up along the sideline. Nice ball, but there's nobody there. Now look at this, closing in quickly. Turned around and out of danger for now are the Panthers. Flowers tried to get it back, forces the out of bounds. Flowers, if she can center it, slide tackle out of bounds. Swanson broke it up. A foul on Plymouth State. Here comes a free kick for the Beacons. Levitt will take it, has 1 goal this year. In 6 starts. Knocked in, it's back on top of it is Schmidt. That one almost trickled in. Now just under 9 to go in the half. Beacons in their defensive end trying back to Fitzgerald. Right foot, she gets it out of bounds, but at least buys some time and space for the Beacons. Tied up in front. Knocked out by Fitzgerald. To the middle. Cleared out by UMass Boston. They collide in the middle, now coming back Plymouth. She loses it, tried to leave it for Brissaire. Out of bounds, that will be out off Plymouth. Like I said, stay with us at halftime for updates around Beaconville. And if you can't wait, another 7.5 minutes at UMass Beacons on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube for all your updates. Chasing it towards the Plymouth net, and a whistle stops play. It will be a free kick. Swanson will take it with the left foot. Can't get it past the wall, but Plymouth maintains possession to the middle, kicks back out. Beacons unable to turn and run. Everybody was back towards the UMass Boston net. 6.5 to go. They will get a throw in. UMass Boston got the scoring started on a penalty kick from Jaclyn O'Grady. Panthers equalized off a rebound chance. And here we are, knotted at 1 with 6 minutes to go in the first half. Knocked away. Body hits the deck, no whistle. Kept in bounds, nifty footwork by Gigi Braga. Now down the far side on the right side, race for the ball. And the Beacons will just let this one go out of bounds. They'll take the throw in. 5:23 to go in the half. Official has to get out of the way as Plymouth trying to step the ball in. Sails over the top and out. Plymouth with possession here. Callis tries to bend it way too high, though. And with 4:15 to go, this Beacons defense has really clamped down. A couple opportunities for Plymouth since that goal, but they haven't come in succession. It's been you get one chance, and they'll either take it away or force an errant shot like they did there. Not too much of a continuous offensive push for Plymouth State. Foul called. This is going to go, I believe, against the Panthers, and it is. Fitzgerald at midfield. Can't find anyone forward. Ball bounces back to her. Callis takes it away. Loose in the middle. Thrown up the field. Fugel scoops it up, under 3 to go. Contact and a foul on number 18 for Plymouth State. That's Brooke Reed. Battle for the ball won by the Panthers. With space. They get it to the edge. And a little too much. Out past the reach of Jenna O'Malley. See if the Beacons can get one last push. 1:40 to go. Controlled at midfield. Knocked away. Catania to the back to O'Malley. Taken away momentarily. Stays with Plymouth. Ball comes near side. That's Holmes. Holmes, O'Malley. Tries the hesitation step. Gives it up. There's the shot from the outside. Not even close. Under a minute to go. Here in half number one. Again, stay with us at halftime for updates all around Beaconville.
1 minute to play in the first half.
Holmes knocks it forward. 30 seconds. It's Plymouth trying for one last push here. That one goes right to the Beacons. Unable to clear completely. 15 seconds. Perkins. Entry pass knocked away. With 5 to go. One more boot. Just up over the bar. Boy, that would have been something. And that will do it for half number one. The Beacons strike first, but Plymouth answers. And through 45 minutes, nothing decided. We are tied. So again, for all your updates on Beacons Athletics, at UMass Beacons, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
1-5. 15. So before we do that, get the videos in because we really didn't have any time.
As the teams will take a quick break. Goals scored so far in this one coming from Caitlin Catania for Plymouth, and for UMass, Jaclyn O'Grady with the tally, her first of the season. Came on a penalty kick, a questionable penalty kick early. So we're going to step aside real quick. We'll come back, take a look around Beaconville. It's 1-1, UMass Boston, Plymouth State. You're watching Leafs.tv and the Beacon Broadcast Network. Welcome back to James Cotter Field. Alex Barth on LittleEast.tv. It is a 1-1 tie in the conference opener for both the UMass Boston Beacons and the Plymouth State Panthers. Let's take a look at how we got here. The first half stats. Shots 12-8 in favor of the Panthers. The shots on goal, though, are equal. The Beacons have been very efficient, getting their one goal, though, on a penalty kick, have yet to score off a regulation play. 4 saves for each side. Allison Fugel coming off a 16-save performance, and Annalise Schmidt, who allowed her first goal of the season earlier in this one, fouls about even as well. There's 2 corners, both coming early for the Panthers. Let's take a look at what's going on in the rest of the conference. Speaking of the conference opener, and it's the Rick, Rhode Island College, with a 2-1 win over Maine. Keene State takes down Western Connecticut, and UMass Dartmouth and Eastern Connecticut have not gotten started yet. You look at the conference preseason polls, you had Eastern Connecticut, Western Connecticut, and Keene State at the top, Rhode Island College and Southern Maine at the bottom. So interesting to see how some of this is playing out. You have the team that was ranked 8th in the preseason picking up a win over a team that was ranked pretty high. Let's take a look at what's going on for the rest of the teams in Beaconville, as well as LEC play picks up around the school. All sports. UMass Boston competed at UMass Dartmouth cross country earlier today. Volleyball took on Western Connecticut, a 3-0 sweep, took it in straight sets. Big win for them. Men's soccer, the big-time win over Plymouth State. That was up in New Hampshire. Women's tennis, you can see later on tonight. And what's ahead for the Beacons? A lot of positives today, so look to carry that momentum into the week. You see women's soccer here. Next up, they'll be at Emmanuel College. Really just a crazy road trip for them. They were on the road for the last 3. They'll be on the road for the next 3. Their only home reprieve here today against Plymouth State. They don't return home until October 1st. That'll be a 7 o'clock game when they will take on Southern Maine. So again, we're tied at 1, about 2 minutes to go. Let's get into those preseason rankings a little more. Want to talk about those at the beginning. Did not get a chance. And the way it looked, Eastern Connecticut had 8 votes for first place. They came in first. Western Connecticut received 2 votes. They got second, so strong showing for the state of Connecticut. Keene State in third. The UMass system ties in fourth. Boston and Dartmouth. Plymouth State coming in sixth. Southern Maine in seventh. Rhode Island College rounded it off. They were ranked 8th by the coaches. Interesting because Plymouth State got out to that great start, 3-0-2. UMass Boston, not the start they're accustomed to, a team that's had a lot of success in the past. 4-2-1 in conference last year, made it to the conference semis. They got off to that slow start, so to see here where you had a team that was ranked higher, struggled a little bit against a team that has done very well but is not ranked as high. The strength of schedule has been a big part of that. The Panthers, probably their toughest game of the season here today as they come into Boston. And for the Beacons, maybe stepping down a little bit. They had Brandeis last week, a team that's ranked. Emerson, a team that's been good. They beat them 3-2. So good measuring stick for both teams here on a sunny Saturday afternoon. Just off Boston Harbor JFK Library, just over to our right. Boston skyline down behind the goal to your left. Team's getting ready to retake the field again. UMass Boston wearing white uniforms with blue trim and blue numbers. Plymouth State in all green with white numbers. The teams will switch sides. UMass Boston will move right to left. Plymouth State left to right when they retake the field. We'll play 45 minutes. If nobody scores, we will have 2 15-minute golden goal periods. After that, we call it a tie. I got a chance to call some games up at UMass Lowell a couple weekends ago. Men and women's soccer doubleheader. Both went to double overtime, so I'm ready to sit in this for the long haul. Hope you will as well. Thank you for spending a beautiful Saturday afternoon, and part of your beautiful Saturday afternoon with us here on Little East TV and the Beacons Broadcast Network. Halftime clock hit 0, and we're ready to go again. And again, it's Beacons right to left, Plymouth left to right. 45 minutes to decide a winner. Not at 1, it's been pretty much even all the way through in every statistic. Shots, it's Plymouth State by 1. Saves are even. Fouls, 6 for UMass Boston, 5 for Plymouth State. corners 2-0 Plymouth State, but the two came very early. Really not a lot of play along the back line in this one. UMass Boston's been offsides 3 times. Plymouth, they've done a good job. They've kept themselves onside in this one. They have not had one called back. So with 45 minutes to decide it, Plymouth State will start. Cat Holmes will get it started and instantly drops it back. Getting the goaltenders as Plymouth State turns it over. Now it's Boston coming the other way. Taken back by Plymouth State. The goaltender Schmidt has allowed just one. Fugel's allowed just one. A sophomore and senior, respectively, both have been strong. That looked like it hit off the arm of a Plymouth State player. No whistle. Rebound goes to the Panthers. Now to the middle of Holmes. Holmes up over the top. Rolling in front. Scooped up by Fugel. That was a very aggressive play, very close play. As Fugel met the attacker pretty much at the ball. A second later, and it's 2-1 Plymouth. Low line drive is taken by the Panthers initially. A foul called on Catania. Caitlin Catania from Bellerica has the Panthers' lone goal in this one, the first goal of her collegiate career. Hits off a couple players, comes up Plymouth. Trying to get it to the near side, just out of the reach of Jenna O'Malley. Out of bounds by the Plymouth bench. Knocked into the near side corner. Nobody was there. Not sure who that pass was for. Goes out of bounds over the back line. And a goal kick. Today's officials, head referee Kevin Suarez, Anthony Conti, and Jamie Marshall assisting him. Near midfield. Taken by the Beacons. Pass is deflected. That will go out of bounds. Pushing the ball up front was Jaclyn O'Grady. A lone goal scorer for UMass Boston in this one. Now looks like they're going to reverse that call. Whistles blow, and coming off the bench, Amy Zombeck wants an explanation. Talking official on the near side. I think she's asking why it's a free kick for Plymouth and not her squad. As an answer, she will have to be okay with. Sends her back to the bench. We're underway again. Clock starts. There's a foul from O'Grady. Another free kick coming for Plymouth. No cards either way in this one. A very clean game. And outside of maybe that one borderline penalty kick, officials have called it pretty fair. There hasn't been much to second guess, which is all you can ask for. This one comes out and will bounce all the way up into the bleachers, front row. Centering pass. There was nobody there to get it. Closing in late on the backside was Callis, but was already nestled in the arms of Fugel. Bounces down at the football 35. Trying to play it up the seam. They had O'Grady in front. But it's Plymouth on the far side. Nice little evasive maneuver coming up the sideline. Callis gives it to the middle. Now the Panthers slow things down a bit. Ball rolling near side. Perkins chases it down to the corner. Keeps it in bounds. Keeps it in again along the goal line. And I think it got out along the back line. There was no whistle. Now there is. Perkins did a good job of keeping that in bounds, not once but twice. But as she tried to pass it to the middle, the ball rolled on her and carried out.
UMass Boston substitution number 15, Maddie Byram, in for number 6, Alyssa Tully.
Here's substitution for the Beacons. Settled in midfield. Plymouth State has it knocked away. That's been the Beacons' calling card defensively. They'll let the Panthers advance a little bit, but just clearing the ball, not giving them a chance. That's clean. Here's a chance for UMass Boston. No, it's knocked away. Beacons maintain possession. Near side in the corner, and it will just roll out of bounds as Kelly Coyne tried to play it. Schmidt knocks it away, finds a teammate. It will be UMass Boston throwing. Knocked away from the middle. Players collide. Loose ball, one. Catania. And it will be Plymouth State with a throw-in. Knocked out of bounds again as the Beacons tried to advance it. Played to the middle. Taken away by Plymouth, now taken back. Levitt tripped on her own feet, lost the ball. Loose in midfield. Keeping it inbounds on the far side. Beacons maybe had it for a minute. Player falls down, that's Holmes. Beacons trying to capitalize. Good fight. Up the field, a little too much on that one. A great effort. Gigi Braga just would not be denied. Eventually got that ball away. Tried to lead a teammate, led her too far. And we remain tied at 1, 10 minutes into half number 2. That one just right on the line. but mishandled. Now it's out of bounds. Maggie Flowers knocks it out. This could be trouble in the middle. There's the shot, the off-footed shot as she was falling down. Callis gets it on net. But Fugel there for the save. Takes a slow roll. Poke down towards the corner and out of play. Headed up, no foul. But it will be Panther ball. Up the sideline. Out of bounds. Both teams have been trying to use those lead passes, and it's been struggles both ways. A lot of errant passes ending up across the yellow lines. This one put in towards the net. Knocked away initially by Boston. They cleared out a little bit more. Gaining some ground. Now the ball ends up back with Plymouth. Out of her net, Fugel scoops it up. 34-22 left in regulation. Bouncing down, comes up at the 30. And out of bounds. Kate Martin with the throw, and it's a good one. Headed back by the Beacons. Trying to get the edge. A little bit of hand fighting there. Good physical play. All clean. If you appreciate a physical game, high effort game, this has been one you'll like. There's a seam. Now out to the far side. O'Grady has to chase it down. Just keeps it in initially. Did she get it out off of the Panther player? She did not. I think what happened looked like she tried to kick it out off of the opponent. The ricochet hit her before finally going out of bounds. So it will be a goal kick. But another good look for Jaclyn O'Grady. Now it's the Beacons on defense. Another takeaway. That's a foul. They went knee to knee. It's a player a little slow to get up. That's Gigi Braga, now to her feet. It's always scary when you see the knee-to-knee collision. That's all cartilage and bone. There's no padding there, but Braga back to her feet and now maybe jogging a little bit. She gets ready for the free kick. Will be taken by Robinson. It's a short one. Goes over everybody and out of the back. Braga still walking a little gingerly. She makes her way back up the field. Sub coming in for Plymouth State. Yeah, it is Amy Luther.
Plymouth State substitution number 28, Amy Luther, checking into the game for number 9.
Braga stays in the game and now back to a normal walk. She appears to be okay. Keep an eye on that for you. 31-12 left in regulation. Along the back line out, and that will be a corner kick. The Beacons first.
Corner kick taken by UMass Boston's number 13, Carly Robinson.
Robinson will take it. Has one assist this season that came on a penalty kick. A corner kick. From the far side. The right foot. Into the middle, popped up. And gathered. Schmidt cleans things up. A bounce and a boot. That one rolls all the way out of bounds. Drew was headed by a Beacons player off the initial kick. Hesitating on the throw and now getting the ball in is Jenna O'Malley. Redo that one. Almost taken away, good positioning. The near side to Perkins. Perkins to Callis. Callis to Luther. Luther has it taken away by the defender. And now out of bounds. That's off Plymouth. That was number 9 for UMass Boston in the back there. Cassie Levesque. Maybe just prevented a goal. Kept this game tied for sure. Headed up and forward. There's Braga. Knee seems to be fine. Outpacing the defender. Puts it in front. Knocked out of bounds. Which side of the flag did it go out on? Corner or throw-in? It's going to be a throw-in. UMass Boston now with a couple of good offensive opportunities. O'Grady tried to get it to the front, and she is now down momentarily. I believe not at 100% coming into this one, but she's back to her feet. So 2 good looks for UMass Boston here. So we creep inside the 30-minute mark. Gotta like what you're seeing in the last few sequences if you're Amy Zombeck. Keep that pressure up, keep it going. Not really sure. We have a hockey-style face-off, and it's won by Plymouth. Fight along the near side boards. Taken away. Braga again. Look at that move. In space. To the middle. Nobody home. If it gets out the back line, it's a corner. Who's it off of? They hit it simultaneously, and that will be a goal kick for Plymouth. Another good look. Low shot, headed up. Boston again. To the edge. Did she lead her too much? Yes, she did. If one of these passes can connect either side, that may make the difference. A lot of errant leads in this ball game. Alexander. To O'Grady. Now O'Grady loses it. On the far side, shot coming. Easy cleanup for Schmidt. Ends up all the way out of play over that fence on the far side near the baseball field. Poked away. Tripped up. A foul. Free kick coming for UMass Boston. Looked like that was Levesque that got tripped up. Try to see the number. She comes back down the other way. And it was indeed number 16. Alexandria Levesque. Here's the free kick for Robinson. Too much. Over the back line that. Robinson, a sophomore from Pittsfield, has a strong leg. She's shown it numerous times throughout this game. In that case, a little too strong. Near side, Braga in the middle. Plymouth playing a little keep away. Now they get it up out of danger for a bit. Callis, the roundhouse kick. Trying to get Kat and Nia, put too much on it. Shots 14-12 in favor of Plymouth. Each team has recorded 7 shots on goal. Each goalie with 6 saves. Popped up out of play again. Two players hit the deck. That one is going to go against the Beacons. Plymouth operating in front of their own goal, now moving forward a bit. Splits the defense. UMass Boston coaches wanted that called out of bounds, and it was. It was awfully close. Coyne trying to get herself some space. And she will throw it in. Up the sideline, Braga keeps it in play. Puts it in the middle. Only finds defenders. Now it's Plymouth State running. Callis reverses field. Thinks about the shot, hesitates. There it is. And misses wide to the left. 21:45 to go in the game. And Callis, who has been a prolific goal scorer, 3 goals in 5 games for the Panthers, has got more than half her shots on net, had really nobody to bother that last look, but still missed it. A rare miss for Hannah Callis. Amy Zombeck is livid about something. I'm not sure what it is. And it was on the offsides call. Either way, here we go. It's a goal kick for the Beacons. Rolling back towards the Plymouth net. Into the middle, out in front. There's the shot, knocked away. Saved by Fugel. Coming off the foot of Emily Crawford. This game remains tied at 1. Corner coming for the Panthers.
Plymouth State corner kick taken by number 4, Hannah Callis.
Callis plays it in, knocked away again. Fugel, she's on the ground, gets back up. Quick recovery. Out off the back line corner.
Plymouth State corner taken by number.
Here's corner attempt number 2. This time Fugel backing up. Goes through the crease. Contact on the back end. Rolled out of bounds by UMass Boston, but this time at least not a corner. It will be a throw-in. And it looks like we have a player down on the back line. Player for the Panthers appears to be in pain. That is Kat Holmes. One of the Newmarket, New Hampshire products on Plymouth State. So we're at 1-1. How we got here. UMass Boston started the scoring. Jaclyn O'Grady on a penalty kick. And then Caitlin Catania evened it up. About 10 minutes to go in half number 1 is still tending to Holmes. Gives the players a chance to huddle up and discuss. Good breather here. It's gotten a little hot out. There really is no cloud cover, so any breather a good one. See some players stretching out, keeping loose. Holmes still down. UMass Boston retakes the field. They're still tending to Holmes. And now up to her feet. Gingerly up. Don't want to play doctor, but looks like perhaps a lower body injury. She has some help standing up right now. Collided with Kate Levitt. That's where the injury occurred. 1-1 your score, 20 minutes left in regulation. After this one, the Beacons will be on the road for 3 more at Emmanuel at Rhode Island College, another Little East matchup, and then at Salem State. For information on all those games, at UMass Beacons on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Get caught up on both women's soccer and all things Beacons athletics. Holmes now slowly making her way toward the sidelines. The teams get ready to go again. Walking slowly, but under her own power. It's always a good sign. Keep an eye on her. See if she comes back. Goaltenders back to their nets, ready to go again. And I believe where we left off, Aggie. Throw in coming on the side. For Plymouth State, that's what it will be. Amy Luther will put the ball in play.
In for number 14, Kat Holmes.
Knocked away. This could be a big chance here for UMass Boston up the field. Here comes O'Grady. It's one-on-one. Race won by Plymouth, but she puts it out over the back line in a corner coming. For the Beacons, that was Leah Swanson defensively, but how about O'Grady getting all the way up the field? She was about 5-7 yards behind when that pass was let go, and nearly a tie to the ball. Robinson will hit the corner from the near side. To the middle, out of the net, comes Schmidt, and luckily got it away. She took some contact, hit the ground. The net would have been wide open. Now over to the backside. Net's open. Have to recover before it gets out the back line. And wow, Annalise Schmidt getting all kinds of aggressive here with under 20 to go, and the Beacons just can't capitalize. It's almost in slow motion, that ball trickling over the goal line and out. You had two players chasing it. Another corner coming, though, for the Beacons. Robinson readies herself. This one comes up a little short. Kicked back in and out of play. It'll be a goal kick. Maggie Flowers found it, but was unable to put it on net. 18-10 left in regulation. For Plymouth State, overtime, nothing new. They've already played 2 overtime games this year, tied in both of them. As Plymouth State tries to create some room. Meanwhile, no overtime games yet this year for the Beacons. A couple close ones, but they've all ended in regulation. Out of bounds near side. Of course, still 17:36 showing on the clock. Plenty of time left. A lot can happen. Loose in the middle. Plymouth State knocks it backwards a little bit. They create themselves some space. Lindsey Perkins now. Perkins with the big boot. Takes a late curve, and Fugel had to adjust. It hooked left. It hooked left late. Fugel had already lined up, but able to make the last-minute shift and keep us tied. Booted forward. Again, it's Schmidt coming way out of her net. Again, 22 saves coming into this one. Had not allowed a goal, and you see why with that aggressive play. But if I'm Amy Zombeck, eventually that aggressive play comes back to bite you. You got to keep the pressure on. A game that has seen a lot of shots. 17 for Plymouth State, 15 for UMass Boston. 9 shots on goal each way. Nice move by O'Grady. Pardon me, that's Alexander. Now up front and gobbled up. Carrie Alexander, the junior from Carver, Massachusetts, got herself some space. Carver, known as the world capital of cranberries. If you're ever in a bar bet, need to make an easy $5, there you go. Levitt has it taken away, but she's fouled. Free kick coming for the Beacons. Kate Levitt's been right in the middle of things pretty much all day. Said her name a lot of physical play for her. She's really putting it all out on the field today. The sophomore from Plymouth, 1 goal on 2 shots so far this season, making her 7th start in as many games. That one ends up over the crowd.
Offsides, UMass Boston.
And an offside's actually called on the Beacons. Schmidt puts this one out of bounds. Deflected off a Beacon player. No, it did not. Officials changed their mind on the far side. Roundhouse kicked up. Rolling towards the far side corner. And a good opportunity here for the Beacons, a throw-in down in their own area. Almost was a corner off of what was just a lazy clear attempt. Nothing of it for Boston. Schmidt has it. Played to the middle. Big boot up ahead, too much. They wanted Callis and led her by about 20 yards too many. That one's rolling near side. Knocked away at the 30. Trying to get the corner. Out of bounds, ends up as a throw-in. All the way across the field over the head of Callis and out. It was Amy Luther who made the initial play. And a substitution coming for UMass Boston. Alyssa Tully makes her way onto the field.
UMass Boston substitution number 6, Alyssa Tully, checking in for number 18, Kelly Coyne.
Knocked away. There's a collision at midfield. Beacon's trying to feed it up the seam, can't get it. Bouncing, 2 players come together. Looks to me like Plymouth is really struggling to get any sort of offensive momentum going. Anytime they get the ball, it seems to be just to knock it away from the Beacons. Pretty much ever since the Cat Holmes injury, that was the last big chance, at least that I can remember, that Plymouth had. And almost a chance there for O'Grady. Lost the ball between 2 defenders. Headed forward. Plymouth going to get it back to their goaltender. And Schmidt buys them some space. Trips on the ball. And that could give UMass Boston an opportunity. Plymouth defense holding strong here. Luther gets the ball back for the Panthers. Now just a lot of back and forth. Maintained by the Beacon. She's got to do something quick. Defense closing. Just taps it out of play. Put it off of the Panther attacker. That is number 6, Emily Crawford. Thrown in their defensive zone for the Beacons. Straight up in the air. Crawford doesn't get there in time. Good recovery by UMass Boston. Rolling to the far side and away. Picked up by the Panthers. Almost stolen. Deflection gives the ball back to the Beacons. Rolling down into the corner. It will get into the box. Schmidt can pick it up, and she does. Under 10 to go. Still knotted at 1. Plymouth has it knocked away, but they keep it. Right at midfield, it's now Perkins on the near side. Perkins racing up. Tied up. That foul will go against UMass Boston. A free kick coming. Kippenberger getting ready to let it go. Well, Kat Holmes is stretching out over by the scorer's table. In front, there's a shot! And there you go. Plymouth takes another lead. It's 2-1. 2 unanswered goals by the Panthers off the free kick. It just got behind the UMass Boston defense. And it's Leah Swanson with the goal. Assist coming from Brissaire and Kippinger, who had the free kick. After about 10 to 15 minutes of offensive stagnation, the Panthers take a 2-1 lead, and now, with 8:19 to go, UMass Boston going to have to get a little aggressive. They want to tie this thing up, at least get themselves to overtime. Meanwhile, it's Plymouth being aggressive, a little too aggressive. That kick sails too far. There was that lead pass, too, on that goal that I talked about. If a team had hit one, it might have been the difference.
Plymouth State University goal scored by number 11, Leah Swanson, her third of the season.
Callis breaks by a defender but loses control. Will earn her team a corner kick. Plymouth State corner kick taken by number 4, Hannah Callis. Callis around the corner. Tipped down and handled. Fugel has been, as advertised in this one, coming off a game where she made 16 saves. Continuing to look good. Now can her offense keep the team in the game? Sub coming in. Maggie Flowers checks in.
Maggie Flowers checking in for number 15, Maddie Byram.
6:40 to go. Short throw and handled by Flowers. Now loses it. Back to Plymouth. Goes out off of the Beacons. Cassie Murphy looked like with the deflection there on the far side. And that could have given the Beacons back the ball, but we have a foul. Slow to get to her feet. I think she had to fix her shoe as well. Was Emily Crawford. In front, and that is a very crucial stop by Alyssa Fugel. 5:30 to go. Plymouth gets another. That might be it. Beacons hoping for some last-minute magic. Braga forwards it. Nifty play by the Panthers to get the ball of their goaltender. Not allow a corner. Under 5 to go. The Beacons will start again, moving the ball up. Panthers keeping the pressure on defensively. Despite the lead, they continue to play aggressive. To the edge, it's Luther. By a defender. To the middle, nobody there. Back out, Luther will not get there in time. It was out off UMass Boston. So the Panthers will get a throw in. It looks like we have a sub checking in. We do.
Stop the clock on their substitutions. Only on theirs.
Jenna O'Malley
Plymouth State
checks in for Plymouth.
8, Jenna O'Malley checking in for number 28.
And with Plymouth up, you might have just heard in the background, the clock will stop when they substitute, not when Boston substitutes.
Because the winning team, it could be viewed as a way of killing time, so it only stops on theirs, not on ours. Oh, okay. Under 5 minutes.
Plymouth continuing just play some keep away here in their offensive zone. Now perhaps an opportunity taken away. Big defensive stand by the Beacons. It will end up being a Plymouth throw-in, but just to delay that chance and keep the game alive. 3:20 left. The throw-in is over everyone. Kicked back out by UMass Boston. It ends up with the Panthers. Towards the back line and out. That is off Plymouth. Big goal kick. You got to get this at least to midfield, I think. Eat up as much ground as you can because Plymouth is not giving you field position easily. That pass left behind. Lead pass too far. 2:30 to go. Got to get it away quickly. She does. Fugel has this bounce down at the football 40. Alexander with the right foot. Splits the double team. Tries to get to the outside. Loses it as a third defender comes in. Ball loose. No man's land. Recaptured by Boston. Levitt into the box. Didn't have anybody there with 2 minutes to play. It's in the hands of Schmidt. She'll just roll it away. Got a bad bounce off the turf. Plymouth able to get there, but Annalise Schmidt perhaps escaping danger. 1:45 to go and a free kick. For UMass Boston, you want to get set up, but you also want to get this off quick. Coach is telling them to go. There it is. Low line drive in the middle. Right to Plymouth State, rolling out. $1:18 to go. Out of bounds on the far side. Catania the throw-in.
1 minute to play. 1 minute to play in regulation.
Line drive forward. Under a minute to go. Played forward by the Beacons. Panthers there to collect as Catania. She'll let it go out of bounds. It'll be a throw in. 30 seconds remaining. Now a throw in for the Beacons with 20 seconds left. Panthers continue to just knock it out of bounds. UMass Boston needs to knock it away. Out again. 8 seconds.
6, 5, 4,
Hear the countdown beginning in the background. One last throw-in. And that's your ball game.
The final score of today's
Plymouth State comes into the home opener against UMass Boston, gets 2 unanswered late, and escapes with the 2-1 win. A lot of good looks, though, for the Beacons, a team that struggled early. You get that first goal against a team that literally had been impossible to score for early in the season. And they get that early penalty kick goal from Jaclyn O'Grady, and a couple bad bounces late end up being the difference. Again, the goal scorers in this one, Jaclyn O'Grady got it started for the Beacons. She scored first. Towards the end of the first half, Caitlin Catania evened things up. And then in the second half, it was, I believe, Swanson. Leah Swanson with her third goal of the year, who ended up being the difference. 18 saves for the Panthers, 18 shots for the Panthers, 15 shots for the Beacons, 10-9 on goal, respectively, and 8 shots for each goaltender. So a couple days after Alyssa Fugel makes 18 saves, she's tasked with another 8. Coming up now for the Beacons, they go back on the road for 3. They will be at Emmanuel College on the 20th later this week. Then at Rhode Island College on the 24th, another Little East game at Salem State before they return home October 1st. They will host Southern Maine in their third Little East game of the year. With the victory, Plymouth State improves to 3-0-2 and 1-0-0 in the conference. UMass Boston falls to 1-6 and are now 0-1 in Little East play. Taking a look around the rest of the conference as conference play opens up. You had Rhode Island College upsetting Southern Maine 2-1 earlier today. Keene State picks up the win in Western Connecticut, and the match tonight at UMass Dartmouth. That's going to do it for us here at the Beacons Broadcasting Network. And Seth, you're going to have to remind me how to pronounce your last name. I meant to ask you before the game. For Seth Oshansky, I'm Alex Barth. For everybody else who made this broadcast possible, thank you for spending part of your Saturday with us. Again, your final score, Plymouth State 2, UMass Boston 1. Thanks for watching this presentation of the Beacons Broadcasting Network and LittleEast.tv.